travel nightmare here across the southeast. Now on the other side of our area of low pressure where we're seeing that cold air moving in, here's where we're already seeing the snow developing. Snow for Abilene back towards Dallas and then spreading on northward through Oklahoma back to Arkansas and into Missouri. And as that low tracks on off towards the northeast, we are going to see that swath of snow traveling northeastward as well. So quite a snow event shaping up here for parts of the eastern half of the country. And as we look at south of our front here, this is where we're looking at that very moist air, very tropical air here. Dew points in the 60s and 70s here and very unstable air mass. So for that reason, we are looking at the threat of strong to severe thunderstorms, in particular here in Louisiana into southern Mississippi, where we have a tornado watch in effect through the early morning hours here. Earlier we saw the tornado watch for the other part of Louisiana here to the west. Now the box has been shifted eastward, and again, keep a weather eye to the sky because you could be seeing some rough weather here. Be on the lookout. Temperatures, well, we're looking at some pretty mild conditions here in the southeast. 50s and 60s here. But as we head back on the other side of our area of low pressure with our front moving through, the temperatures cool down quite a bit. Temperatures in the 30s here for much of central and eastern Texas. And again, this is where we are seeing that snow flying. Back towards the west coast, temperatures mild here in the 50s, but much of the eastern half of the country is going to be experiencing temperatures at or below normal here as we head through the next several days. Now we're experiencing the chilly temperatures now. Not only cool temperatures, add a little wind, and it feels quite cool out there. It feels like 21 below right now in Duluth. It feels like 11 degrees in Dallas, and it feels like 8 degrees in Oklahoma City. So definitely chilly out there. Bundle up. The rest of the country, we continue to see active weather here, not only in the southeast as we looked at earlier, but you head northward, the fog and the rain continues. And again, as we see that area of low pressure tracking northeastward, we are going to see the snow moving that way as well. Now in the west, we're dealing with snow too. As a matter of fact, you've seen some pretty hefty amounts of snow falling here since New Year's Eve. The heaviest amounts here in Idaho and then back into Colorado, where over a foot of snow has fallen in some areas. Good news for the ski resorts there. And the west now, or actually Tuesday afternoon, we are going to be dealing with still a little bit of snow lingering here. Another system moving into the northwest, producing some wet weather and maybe enough cold air to produce some freezing rain, maybe some snow too, and sleet. Then as we head back towards the east, that swath of snow we think heaviest from around St. Louis through Illinois and then back into Indiana and eventually into the northeastern U.S. Back into Pennsylvania, we may be dealing with an area of frozen precipitation here. Back to the south where the warm air is in place, rain and maybe some thunderstorms, maybe into the Carolinas tomorrow too. But to the north where we're dealing with that snow, the heaviest amounts we think are going to be falling here, again from St. Louis back into Indiana here, and then a swath of snow from Oklahoma all the way into New England. So get ready for some wintry weather. It's going to be quite a system here. By Wednesday, we think that activity, or the low anyway, is going to be off the east coast here. To the north of it, where we're seeing that chilly air, again, we're looking at the swath of snow from Oklahoma all the way into New England, and then to the south of that, maybe a wintry mix of precipitation. South of the track of our area of low pressure, we're looking at warm, moist air, and this is where we are expecting the rain and the thunderstorms. Time now for our good evening forecast, and into the northeast we go. 33 overnight New York City, 21 in Buffalo, 15 in Albany, and we are looking at snow, freezing rain and sleet perhaps to the south, rain for Norfolk and Roanoke. But at any rate, it's going to be a real mess here in the northeast for Tuesday. To the southeast we go. 51 overnight in Atlanta, fairly mild here, 60 in New Orleans, and wet weather in store for